This is the Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Detritus, or Detritus? How do you pronounce that name? Detritus Evo Fusion. I picked up this figure from my local Toys R Us store here in Manila for a whopping $35. Let's get this guy out of packaging. And here is Legacy Evolution Detritus out of the box, and this figure is a little bit of a mixed bag for me. I did check the online English dictionary, and it is pronounced as detritus, not detritus. And detritus, by definition, according to the dictionary, is any form of waste or debris, basically trash. His name is Trash. The Japanese name for this figure, when it was released by eHobby, was, well, based on the characters, is Deturitasu. So Deturitasu, Detritus. The figure has some amazing gold paint highlights, but basically most of the figure is, as its name implies, is just pure rubbish. The plastic quality has severely degraded. They're really trying to cut corners with these new releases. The colors are trying to be true to the G1 release, but I don't know, it just looks so cheap. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the details of this new Legacy Evolution Detritus. He's neither Autobot nor Decepticon. I had misread the instructions and the box. The box shows him off with both Decepticon and Autobot logos, and that's because he is a mercenary based on the G1 continuity. And if you didn't already know, this figure back in the G1 toy line was a direct repaint of Autobot Hound. Being a mercenary, he will sport both Decepticon and Autobot faction symbols. See right there, the red Autobot logo and the purple Decepticon logo. It's got a great looking head sculpt, and basically was just hired most of the time by the Decepticon. So I guess it's fair to say he is a Decepticon most of the time, being a mercenary and a gun for hire. Really cool gold paint highlights. If there's anything going for this figure, it's the gold paint on the weapons and on this, I guess, this spool or grapple or hook and winch in front on his chest, and that's it. Everything else just looks like detritus, like trash. Very light plastic. I mean, the colors are trying to be faithful, but the flesh plastic kind of reminds me of something. I don't know. Could it be? Yep, that's what it is. It kind of reminds me of a plastic chair, a monoblock plastic chair. I'm sorry. That was just the first thing that came to mind when I got this from the store. These pieces right here feel very solid. The head sculpt does feel very solid. The beam machine gun with armor-piercing rocket. So the beam machine gun is painted flesh. It's actually clear plastic that's painted flesh. I love this. Clear plastic that's been gold painted. Very nice metallic gold paint apps. The same color that they used for the spool, the winch, as well as the hollow gun. Now, this is not, well, when we get Hound, it's going to be the hollow gun, but for Detritus, this is the phase disruptor rifle, because in the old G1 toy, it was a much bigger gun, but in the cartoon, it's much smaller. So the phase disruptor, kind of something out of Star Trek. Interesting that they used clear plastic for this one. As far as the joints, some looseness, but not too loose and annoying. Okay. He doesn't have his old backpack. He just has the windshield, which we'll see more in alt mode. But, you know, overall, I think it's very faithful to the G1 release, the eHobby release. And now for my favorite part of this figure, the Evo Fusion gimmick. And here's what you do. You put the gun in his hand, the shoulder cannon, you remove the rocket, you plug in this shoulder-mounted weapon onto the rifle or the blaster pistol, and boom! Evo Fusion. Wow. That is probably the gimmick, the main feature that will sell this figure. For some size comparisons, we've got Beachcomber and Devcon, so he's sort of like a middle-sized deluxe class figure. Here he is with the G1 reissue, Walmart exclusive G1 Hound. Finally, here he is with the two previous iterations of this mold. We've got the Siege Hound right here, and then the Amazon exclusive from the 2-pack Humble Origins. We've got Orion Pax from the IDW comic books, and as you can see, just like Orion Pax, this figure is heavily retooled. They changed a lot of things. Obviously, the chest is new, the head sculpt is different. It looks more like Earthrise Hound or Earth Mode Hound. Shoulders seems to be the same. Obviously, the backpack has been changed. The flap looks to be the same. Biceps, forearms, and fists look to be the same. The crotch piece and pelvis obviously has been changed. The ab part I think is still the same. Thighs are the same. Knee joints are the same. The wheels obviously have been changed. We'll see more of that in alt mode. The legs have been changed. It's got less detail. The feet are actually still the same, and I'm kind of glad they kept the Siege Hound feet. It's a lot more solid compared to the Orion Pax feet. All in all, it's a heavy retool. There's less detail on the figure. There's, I think, less paint apps. They're using lighter plastic, and they priced this one 50% higher than, made this figure 50% more expensive than the original Siege Hound. So I think that's just terrific marketing on the part of Hasbro. Transformation, put the weapons off to the side. He transforms exactly like Siege Hound. Pop the shoulders out, pop the chest up, fold the flap down, and then the windshield just closes onto the chest. The arms, go ahead and fold them inwards like this. And then the feet, fold out like this. You're gonna fold up and around. And then you are going to tab the fenders, tab the feet together, legs together, tab the fenders in, and then the arms are gonna lock in the, I guess, the ankles. And then the feet are gonna close in, and basically there you go. There is Detritus in his World War II, I don't know, his Jeep alt mode. Instructions say you plug the weapons here. I don't want to plug it all the way in because I don't want to, it's a very tight fit, and I think I'm going to scratch off the paint. Well, maybe not, but I don't want to risk it. So yeah, the guns do fit there, and yeah, it feels so bare. There's a big gap right here. I don't know if they're going to use that for the Hound redeco. The seats are not molded properly. They didn't even try and do anything. I mean, it's the exact same ab piece as with the Siege Hound, and they didn't even attempt to mold some seats on it. So yeah, clear plastic here on the windshield. Paint kind of matches. You can see right here as the light hits it, it's a little mismatched. You get some silver painted rims for the tires, the wheels, and I kind of thought these were going to be rubber tires, just like Beachcomber, but you know. So if you remember the Jeep Willys, it kind of looks something like this. You got a very flat hood, huge grille up in front, and he doesn't kind of look like that. There's something off with this alt mode, and I think it's the angle that they've molded the hood. It's on a sloping angle instead of a flat hood, and because of that angled hood, this alt mode kind of looks more like a Kugelwagen, the old Volkswagen thing. I think it was called the Volkswagen thing, the Kugelwagen. You know, if you put a spare tire on top of this hood, it kind of looks like it. I don't know, it could just be my imagination. For comparisons in alt mode, here he is with Siege Hound and the G1 Hound. I mean, I don't know, man. The Siege Hound still kind of looks so much better than this Earthrise version or Earth mode version. Yeah, it's just something off about it. And so some final thoughts on this Legacy Evolution Detritus. Man, I'm just really having a difficult time trying to appreciate this figure. The only thing I see going for this figure is those metallic gold paint apps, and the fact that we already have this mold that we're gonna get a Hound redeco out of it. That's it. That's the only thing positive I can see about this mold. And you know, this is fantastic branding, brand marketing from Hasbro. They redeco the figure, an old mold. They redeco, they remove some of the parts. They're using less pieces, lighter plastic, less paint, and they're putting a premium on it. They've increased the price severely on it, so they make collectors want to buy almost the same figure at minimum incremental cost on their part. So yeah, I think it's kind of sneaky on their part, because had they released the Hound figure first of this mold, I don't think this Detritus is going to do well in the market. And they're doing what they did with Titan's Return Megatron and Blitzwing. They released Megatron first before releasing Blitzwing, and then the same thing they did with Titan's Return Sentinel Prime and Astro Train. So I think it's kind of sneaky, and you know, I was just curious with this mold. That's why I picked it up. Also, I wanted to let you guys know how this mold is, but you know what? I don't see myself keeping this figure. Probably gonna just let go of it after this review. I just can't wait to get the Hound redeco. I do hope they improve this mold. They fix a lot of things, maybe give it better paint apps. I'm hoping they can, you know, praying to the toy gods, they still go back to the old Siege plastic quality, and give it proper accessories. I mean, I don't know, is it too much to ask for rubber tires? Probably. But if you're not really the hardcore G1 Generations collector, my suggestion is you pass on this figure and just wait for the Hound. 100% sure we're gonna get a Hound figure out of this mold. Just wait for that figure and save your money. The figure is gonna get I'm sorry, but I think I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10. Not completely happy with this figure. Sorry for being too harsh, but it is what it is. I'm just being honest, okay? Let me know what you guys think of this Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Detritus. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.